Hello, people. My name is Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Well, I got a nice one for all of you guys and gals. This very subject is about the exotic dancer stripper industry. I'm specifically focusing on female strippers and exotic dancers right now. We know that that industry is incredibly lucrative because women can make a lot of money by being an exotic dancer or stripper. In fact, many women have already made a lot of money from being a stripper and exotic dancer. And you, like when you go to those clubs and look in the parking lots, you'll see that a lot of those women drive nice cars that they can certainly afford, especially at the upscale strip clubs. Yeah. But one thing about the sex industry, much like with the drug industry, there is gateway stuff in it. You mean specifically things that lead to other things that could be potentially dangerous, corruptive, or habitual. Like such as in the case, if you smoke cigarettes, you will eventually or may eventually start drinking alcoholic beverages. Then if you do that, you might go on to marijuana and then harder drugs, because people tend to start off at one particular point in the beginning, and then as it courses its way through their journeys, they will find that they are deeper and deeper into different things that they have traveled to, that they have sought out, that they have been lured into, captivated into partaking into, and partaking with things such as, in that case, and now the sex industry is just the same, if not worse, because it happens there too. Initially, when a woman joins a club, she will say, well, I'll set these guidelines and rules. No one touching me in certain areas, no prostitution service, none of that. You will only get what the mandatory dance allows them to do. Like, women think like that, but then when guys go in there and start pulling out big bankrolls with thousands of dollars in there and peeling off hundreds of dollars just like that. And they would do that especially for the extremely gorgeous exotic female dancers and strippers. So when all those guys are coming in there pulling out large sums of money, then the guys would be like, well, you want to go take a ride with me? I'll drive this, and I could drive fast. And then the thrill-seeking women rather will say, yeah, I like fast cars and people to drive fast. So they'll go out there and they might walk into Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Benzes, BMWs, all high-end types of cars. And then, of course, the guy will offer the woman a lot of money to get with her. He might say, hey, how about getting with me? And she says something like, I really don't do that. Then he peels off $500 or $600. And I'm talking about a rich dude. And she's looking at $500-600. She said, I might make that a week in the club without doing any extra things for the guys. So imagine if I can make this right here on the spot, I could keep making this type of money. And then eventually the woman might make $300,000 a year by doing things and providing services. She's been corrupted entirely, but look at her lifestyle. She has nice cars, a nice home, plenty of jewelry, clothes, all of that. So it has become her career. And that is another thing that the exotic dancer or stripper industry does to people long term that are successful. The corruption factor will be intensified if you make it to the end and stay in that industry years as a worker, and you would have profited it incredibly, enormously. Yeah, that's a good word. The profit margins will be mind-boggling, especially for pretty women, beautiful women, gorgeous women with bodies. Like, they can make in fact, hundreds of thousands of dollars in like half a year. If you're talking about that type of money, because guys like pretty things, they like paying for pretty things. They like being around pretty things, and especially women. Guys certainly like being around beautiful women, and guys like going to strip clubs and being around different types of beautiful exotic dancers of varieties. So it seems like it's never a shortage of guys that frequent those type of establishments for exotic dancers, which are female, of course. There's no end of it. So as long as guys are going and paying all that money for those dancers and giving their money to those dancers, then that industry will still be at an all-time high as far as people working in it, partaking in it, and making money from it. Yeah. Well, folks, thanks for hanging out with me again. Now I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to me, Detroit Miracle.